was another tough loss, and you come here, you expect every game you go in, you expect to win. I mean, our players expected to win. It was a tough week of preparation. Still thought we had a good game plan, but had a hard time executing it. And it's one of those. This team's been through tough times before. We're actually been in a tough 2 years right now. Just had an injury bug, had a virus, and a tribute to these guys. They just keep coming up over here and working hard and doing everything we ask them to do. Had some incredible individual performances last week. Right before kickoff, JT eBay couldn't start, so Cole Thomas was elevated. He got his first start and was actually one of the defensive players of the game. Really proud of him, proud of you saw Cole's also the young man that returned a blocked extra point Grayson Shantz had for 2 points. I thought Brian Womack played an outstanding game from a production standpoint, also defensively. And we got guys battling. We had like Houston Robert played a lot at corner, who just got moved there a week ago, who had to step in for some injured players and really played admirably. Alex Lyons, the linebackers, just as solid as they come. Offensively, Samuel Stewart got knocked out of the game early, and Austin Walters filled in, averaged 7.4 yards a carry. Those two guys are sophomores. They get better every rep that they take. They're becoming more and more complete players. Austin has gotten to where he's an ever down back. He can stay in and with pass protection, and you saw he caught a big pass. I think it was 22 yards on the wheel. And then freshman Isaiah Edwards played probably his best game up front with 6 pancakes. And that's, there's no easy answer. We got to get some of these guys back, and we'll get the injury report update this afternoon. And once we get that, that'll give us a direction of who can play this week. We got a team coming to town, FIU. It's been struggling. They got the same record that we have. Charlie Partridge has done a nice job. They're competitive in every game. They lost by 4, by 2, by 6. So they're playing real hard. They're got some. They've had a opening win. They got their lone victory, and they're like us. They just got to keep improving. Got to keep working. And like I said, once again, it's a tribute to the type of young man we have here. Nobody's not coming over here and trying to improve and get better. This is at home, and we need to try to get our second win of the season. And like I said, and I know these guys that come over here and they go to work and try to get that done for Rice. I don't know what kind of virus that it was. I don't know that we'll ever know. I think the final number was 32 players that had it, and 10 coaches and staff. I do know that's behind us now. The last player that had it got it right before kickoff and started, he was throwing up over the bench. So he's been the last reported case. So we're glad that's behind us. And right now today we got 24 guys out for the game. 14 of them are for the year. The other 10 are guys like Trey Martin, who's missed our starting center, that's missed a month with that foot sprain. And we just, you evaluate them from week to week. So it is I thought last year was a big injury year. And a lot of it, when you play young men, like Isaiah Edwards, that's a freshman, or Joseph Dill, the freshman guard. Joseph's one that now is going to have knee surgery, so he's moved to, done for the year. You play those young guys, especially in the line, a lot of times they get hurt. We'll see who we get back. Isaiah Edwards is out right now for this game, and that's where it's hard. I think Ronnie Van Clark, our offensive line coach, I believe this will be his 8th lineup change. In the offensive line, it's hard for those guys to gel when you have a different lineup every week. And that's what I mean. You got a lot of coaches working hard, a lot of players working hard. It's and we know the only way out of the hard times is to keep working. Injuries is part of this game, and somebody's just you got to step up and play. And then as coaches, we got to try to get them in the right spots. But it's, you know, it's been tough. It was really like Saturday, you know, of what goes on during a game, especially special teams when guys are out, and you know, Coach Patterson are trying to get the different personnel in there as guys were a lot of the guys started the game but really didn't have the stamina yet to end it. You know, that's like before the game, Blaine Pageant is our deep snapper. He's also our starting defensive end. Can't play, which elevated Clayton Malcolm to deep snap for us. You know, it was the first time he'd ever deep snapped in a game, and fortunately he was ready and did a great job. You know, and you just got to march on. You got to keep doing the best. You know, that's what the one thing I know is we're going to come over here, nobody's feeling sorry for us, and we're going to try to win a football game. Do we like where we are? Absolutely not. But you got to look forward, not in the rear view. You know, we're going to do all we can, try to win a game. Well, yeah, that's you know, JT Granado is actually our second team quarterback. He'd had his wisdom teeth removed, so he didn't make the trip. So we put Jackson in. He hadn't got a lot of reps, but he really played well. I was really pleased with what he did retain. He gets very, very limited reps at practice. So we were pleased. So how fast the ball came out of his hand. And, you know, he's a big 6'4", 240-pound kid. And, you know, we're going to, as the season goes on, where we are, play JT and him a little bit more. Yeah, that's what it's all about right now, is just the next play, you know. But it is play to play. And we've, you know, like last week, you know, at this time of year when you're moving a lot of guys positionally because you're paper thin at some positions, you know, it does limit you what you're able to do offensively and defensively, because it doesn't matter how much coaches know. It matters how much those players know. And guys like Jorian Clark got extended playing time, you know, then you have to limit what you're trying to do just because he's getting his first reps of the season. So you really have to be aware of what personnel you have out there, because that's going to really dictate what you can and can't call.